In this video, we're gonna be breaking down a few of the key components to finding a profitable product to sell on Amazon.
This is the exact search criteria that you need to be looking for. A lot of people start, and the reason why they give up is because they can't weather the storm. Success can be as simple as you make it.
Now, this is regardless if it's your first product or a next product that you're adding to your business. In this video, you're gonna learn the actual difference between a winning and a failing product and what it takes to find a winning product. We're also gonna cover millionaire math. And a lot of people, they do product research because they wanna find a product and they wanna find a successful product and they know how much they want the product to generate, but they don't know how to do the math to find these products. And hopefully my job in this video is to make product research significantly easier for you. I want you to be able to confidently and competently be able to go into Jungle Scout or whatever software you're using and to be able to plug in the numbers knowing that this is exactly what you need to be looking for. This is the exact search criteria that you need to be looking for in order to solve the problem or to solve for the equation. And the equation being how much you want to generate per month. I'm also going to be covering what I believe is the #1 reason why a majority of people fail when it comes to product research and launching products on Amazon. And you're going to be shocked because it's not the product itself. All right, so without further ado, guys, what I want to do is I want to start with millionaire math. And before I get into millionaire math, this is how do we actually find the product that we're looking for? So many people let the cart get in front of the horse, and what happens is they're just doing product research and they're just spinning their gears and they're looking through products and looking through products, waiting for this magical product to appear. So spoiler alert, there is no magical product, there is no luck, there is no like knight in shining armor that's gonna come give you this product. All products sell on Amazon. If you can list the product on Amazon, the product itself will sell. The $1 million question is, will it sell enough? And second part to that is, can you build a real brand out of this product? Because there are a ton of products that will sell, but they're not good introductory products to a catalog or for a product that you would want to build a brand around. These are just some of the things that you want to be looking at. A few of the other things that I talk about a lot on this channel are seasonality, trends, making sure the product's not patented, of course, not infringing intellectually on the product in terms of putting SpongeBob or Spider-Man or something like that on the product. That is all elementary stuff. But what a lot of people skip past here on YouTube and in a lot of the programs, I've been consulting for 7 years now, is understanding what is a good product for you. Because on our series, 7-Figure Product Series, which there'll be a link to the playlist above and below, you can check out every single Friday we release a brand new video where I am showing you products, one single product that generate a minimum of $1 million net profit every single year. So I can show you how to find products that can generate upwards of $100,000 per month in net profit, but do you have the appetite in terms of how much it costs to start this brand and how long it takes to get this brand up? And most importantly, do you have the advertising budget? I don't believe in saturation. I don't believe in competition. I believe in a few things. I believe in #1, you have to understand the core competencies of how the business works. #2, you have to be very specific on what your intentions are when starting a business. Too many people are literally struck by this get-rich-quick scheme and they literally have shiny object syndrome where they just want to start an Amazon business, they want to find one product, they don't care what it is, they want to make $10,000 a month and they want to move to Bali and sleep on a swing on the beach and sip pina coladas out of a coconut. Yes, you can have a life like that with an online business, but you really have to have the fundamentals, which is how do I actually do this product research? How do I navigate it? How do I navigate the entire business from start to finish? And what does that successful product look like? Because every single person is gonna have different criteria when it comes to their investment. What is their risk tolerance for an investment? And then #2, what is the risk tolerance in terms of investing? So investment is how much can you put into the business. Investing is that trial and tribulation, right? That resiliency that's needed to make it past the starting point and make it past weathering the storms, which is why a majority of people don't become successful in the first place. There's 2 main reasons why you will not be successful at anything, not just this business model. #1, you don't start. #2, you give up. A lot of people start, and the reason why they give up is because they can't weather the storm because they have unrealistic expectations. So if we start with realistic expectations, we know what products we're looking for, we know what our budget is, we know what our risk tolerance are. Those are the 4 components to a profitable product, to a good product. The rest of the stuff like seasonality, trends, semi-seasonality, patents, IP stuff, all of that is very, very simple, very, very elementary. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to my whiteboard. First thing you need to do is you need to identify a budget. Now, when we're talking about budget, this is not what can you afford to lose. Like if you're starting this business, if this is your first product and you're looking at this business to supplement your income, supplement retirement, replace your current income, you have to go all in or go all out. So what I'm gonna say is take this information and run with it and don't give up until you get the result that you want, regardless of what happens in the short term, so that you can enjoy the long term, or do something else. If you can't get past that, which is very, very simple, you're not gonna be successful. Remember, 2 ways that you fail: not starting or giving up. You can start, but 6 months down the road, if it's not happening fast enough and you give up, you're gonna go to the next thing and keep failing and failing and failing, and you're gonna be in this infinite perpetual loop of failing. With that being said, we wanna come up with a budget, and we wanna make sure that the budget is realistic to the business. I can't tell you the amount of people, literally hundreds of people per week, DM me, message me, email. They come on the web training class, and they literally tell me, hey Josh, I wanna make $10,000 a month, and we ask them their budget and they say they have $300. It does not make sense. In fact, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars, and I believe that success is math. So we wanna come up with a budget. I recommend, and when people ask me, what's the least amount of money you can start with? I hate questions like that, because your goal should be thinking prosperity and abundance, not scarcity. Because if I told you I'm gonna sell you my $350,000 Lamborghini for $150,000, you're gonna do anything you can, beg, borrow, and steal to come up with the money, because you know you can double your money instantly by taking that car to Lamborghini. So when I ask people how much they wanna make and they say 10K a month, and then I ask them how much they have to invest to get started, and they tell me $300 or $500 or $1,000, it's not realistic. So if you have unrealistic expectations, then you can't make this business a reality. So come up with a budget. And what we usually tell people is the bare minimum to start this business is 3 to 5K USD. And that's the bare minimum. That's not what I recommend. I recommend around 10K. You can do this with less. When I got started, I had to beg, borrow, and steal. I had to partner, max out credit cards, work overtime, shovel driveways, literally recycle. Whatever I had to do to come up with money, that's what I had to do. If that's where you are right now and you lack resources, become resourceful. If you have the investment, the more capital that you have access to, the more credit that you have access to, the easier it's going to be to find products. Again, I don't believe in saturation. I don't believe in competitiveness. I believe in a few things: understanding the business and understanding the investment, right? What is the investment? And understanding the investing. So once we have budget, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 5K for here. Nice round number. 5K is gonna be sourcing your product, shipping your product, advertising budget, PPC budget, 5K, okay? Number 2, we want to understand risk tolerance. Now, for those of you who are seasoned investors, or you have other investments like stocks or real estate or whatever it is that you do, you already have a little bit of a notion about the psychology that's involved with investing. If you guys are in crypto, you probably have strong mentalities and strong mindsets around investing, because you know what FOMO is, fear of missing out. You know that there's volatility. It goes up one minute, it goes down the next. And a lot of people who got into Bitcoin are negative right now. If you're in stocks, my stock portfolio, multi-6-figure stock portfolio, is down 30% this year. I understand it will go back up. As a seasoned investor, I understand what my risk tolerance is. How long before I can realize an ROI, before I can realize a gain? How long until I can make my money back? Do I need to eat off of this immediately, or is this an actual investment? Because if you need to invest today and earn tomorrow, you're looking for a job, not looking to start a business. And I'm gonna be very clear on the channel, because we don't sell snake oil. A lot of people on these channels sell snake oil, and they get rich off the information that you're selling you. I've been rich far long before this YouTube channel existed. So I'm gonna tell you, if you're not willing to do whatever it takes in order to be where you wanna be, then this isn't for you. Because you can't start today and get paid tomorrow. It doesn't exist. This isn't drop shipping. This isn't any of that BS that the guys are talking about on other channels. This is a real business, and it takes time. In fact, the bare minimum time it takes, even if I was to give you a product and that product landed in your lap right now, it's gonna take a month to manufacture, a month to ship. So that's 2 months right there. So if you're looking to invest today and earn tomorrow, it doesn't exist. I don't know any legitimate investment where you can pay today, play tomorrow. And if so, let me know in the comments down below. But understand your risk tolerance. And if you're not a seasoned investor, if you don't have stocks, if you don't have real estate, if you've never been in business before, do some due diligence on what realistic expectations are for ROI. Because over the last 100 years, that's a century, the performance on the S&P 500, which is a compilation of the 500 largest companies on earth, is around 10%. So in order to double your money at 10%, it would take 10 years. I need you to understand that. For those of you that want to invest $1,000 and make $10,000 a month, that's a 10x return in the first month. It's unrealistic. I don't know how you can do that unless you're doing something illegal. So understand realistic expectations. Now, the crazy thing is someone will work a job where they give 30% of what they're earning to the government, and it would take about 30 to 50 years to make any money whatsoever at 10% compound, but they won't invest the money in a business where it takes maybe a year, maybe 2 years to break even or recoup the investment. It doesn't make any sense. And they say that this is a scam, when the scam is the 40-40 plan, where you work 40 years of your life to then retire on 40% of what you weren't happy with in the first place, right? And I believe scam is still confused about money. The acronym scam, still confused about money. So again, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, and this isn't probably the product research video that you thought it's going to be, where click this button and populate this, and this video and this product will make you rich. Because if you don't understand this and you don't realize this, when you start product research, you're gonna choose a product, you're gonna have unrealistic expectations, you're not gonna invest in the business, and you're gonna be stuck, and you're gonna lose money. And that's not my goal for this channel. My goal for this channel is for you to increase your income, impact, and influence. So understand risk tolerance, and if you don't, do your due diligence. Because I can't tell you a year, 2 years, 3 years. I can't tell you. I can tell you this: amateurs monetize the front end and experts monetize the back end. When I launch a product, the last thing from my mind is profitability. If you're launching a product and you care about profitability in the first month of launching your product, you're an imbecile and you've never done this before and you lack competence. Confidence comes from competence. I know brands who are doing 8 figures and 9 figures, and they understand LTV, which is lifetime customer value. When I was number one in one of the most competitive niches in the world, I would lose 3 months of revenue to get you on a subscribe and save when everybody else is trying to be profitable on the front end. And that's how I dominated, because I wasn't focusing on the front end when the competition was. You want to build a life-changing business that can make you 6 figures, make you 7 figures, you have to understand these 2 things: budget and risk tolerance. If I'm going to start a brand that I want to replace my main income with, I'm going to work harder on this main income. I'm literally going to get extra hours, work overtime, do side hustles to get more money to pull into my business where I'm not taking any money, so that way I can scale the business up. And then I can replace this main income. But people have it backwards. They want to quit the main job, they start the side business, and then they rob the side business so that they can quit the main business, and then the business stays horizontal, and there's no vertical growth because they're robbing it. And they don't understand risk tolerance, they don't understand budget. So get your risk tolerance. This can be a 1 to 10. This can be a 1 to 10 model. This can also be a time frame. But really write down what I call a plan of action, POA, plan of action. How much do you want to invest? How long can you lose? How long can you bleed? How much money can you bleed? How long? What are the goals? Make sure it's realistic. Too many people tell me, Josh, it's taking too long, I'm losing money. How long have you been in business? 6 months. So you haven't been profitable in the first 6 months. No, I don't know what's going on. I mean, my family told me Amazon's a scam. I'm losing money. I'm just going to give up. Do you understand that 70+% of all new businesses fail in the first 5 years? And that on average, it takes 2 to 3 years to even break even in legitimate businesses like landscaping or accounting or plumbing or HVAC or any of the other traditional businesses. So if you have an unconventional, unrealistic mindset and you start a realistic business, you won't have real results. All right. Now, going into the actual budget, going back to the budget, I want to break this down. $5,000. Now, with the $5,000, we need products. We need to ship the products. And then we have advertising costs, right? Advertising / PPC, because there's a few different ways that we talk about launching these products and doing advertising. There are some other fees that go into this, like FBA fees and so on and so forth, but those are a lot of the micro fees. These are going to be the big fees, and FBA fees come once you sell the product. Once you sell the product, Amazon takes a small cut and they pick, pack, store, and ship the product on your behalf, and even handle damaged returns or any returns for that nature, okay? If you have $5,000 and we understand risk tolerance and we came up with a plan of action, and let's say that you have $5,000 to start and you want to make $2,500 a month, okay? Budget, goal, $2,500 a month. okay? If your goal is $2,500 a month and you're starting with $5,000 for your budget, now we need to start breaking down timelines, okay? Because too many people, they skip all this, they go right to product research and they play with the filters, right? You need to know all of this so that you can put all of this data into the filters. I'm gonna show you in my screen on my computer in Jungle Scout how to find products that are making you $2,500 a month, $4,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, and I'm gonna do this within seconds. And I'm gonna show you how simple this is because too many people overcomplicate this, and complexity is the thief of completion. The more complex you make this, the more drawn out you make this, and the more you complain, the more your energy is gonna be taken from you, the more your happiness and joy is gonna be taken from you, and the longer it's gonna take for you to get results, if you get any results whatsoever. So if we know product research, no one knows the time. I can't tell you that you can find a product today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next quarter, next semester, next year. I cannot tell you when you can find a product. I can tell you this. There are significantly more products on Amazon than there are sellers. There's tens of millions of products on Amazon and only about 2.5 to 3 million sellers. That's not a problem. I can also tell you that there is 200 to 300 million Prime buyers and only 2 to 3 million sellers. So that's not the problem, okay? And you can Google all this, by the way. The problem is the uncertainty of when you will find a product. In today's society, we are accustomed to instant gratification. When you're at the stoplight, you can't sit for 1 minute without touching this thing for the light to turn green. And you expect to start a business where you're gonna have to spend hours of due diligence and studying and testing when you can't sit at a stoplight without touching Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. You can't touch the toilet without picking this up for 3 to 5 minutes. This is the attention span of today's society. So this is the million-dollar question right here. Product research, this is where everybody fails because they don't know the time, okay? So I can't give you a time frame on this, but what I can is give you a time frame for the next two things. Number one is gonna be production. Production, manufacturing, whatever you call that, or whatever you wanna call it, that's your supplier making your product. So the packaging, your product, whatever needs to be done to make your product an actual physical product, okay? Now, production is typically around 30 days. Typically. If you're going Q4 and you're doing 5,000 units, it could be 40 days or 45 days. So take this with a grain of salt, okay? Now, after production, you're gonna have shipping. Now, these are gonna be the main timelines for your business. This is gonna be the main timelines for your business. Shipping, if you ship via air, is gonna be 5 to 7 days. If you ship via sea, 30 plus days. Typically, we see around 30 days, all right? So this is your timeline. From the minute you find the product, production plus shipping is gonna be, we'll call it 30 to 40 days. Now, once that's done, your product arrives to Amazon, all right? Now, when your product arrives to Amazon, it's live. Instantly, it's live. Somebody can go and they can buy it. Once it's checked in, you'll get notifications, and then they'll disperse it to different logistics centers within the United States. That way they can get product to the clients and your customers within 2 days to satisfy their Prime obligation. When they do this takes about 2 to 3 days max. It moves pretty fast, but clients can still purchase the product. It is live instantly. That's a time frame. Now let's talk about realistics. Going back up here to our budget is 5,000, our goal is 2,500. So you can start with the timeline. If you know it takes 2 months plus product research, and let's say it takes you 2 months to find a product and 2 months for shipping plus production, that's 4 months. Now, if it takes us 4 months to get live and get in Amazon, and we wanna make $2,500 a month, your first month, you may not make $2,500 a month. It depends on your budget, depends on how much you wanna advertise. Now, in order to get to your goal, there's a few things that we need to make sure. Number one, can the product produce the goal? The number one thing that we want to do when we're doing product research, and I'm going to pop my computer up here in a second and I'm going to show you this, is one of the first filters that we're going to touch the filters and a few that I'm looking at. Number one is going to be the daily sales. Number two is going to be the minimum, maximum, net per product. And then the third one is going to be the amount of units, right? Those are the three filters. Now there's tons of filters on here. And remember, complexity is the thief of conversion as well. Complexity is also the thief of completion. You can overanalyze and fall victim to analysis paralysis about all these freaky tactics and strategies and ninja hacks that nobody else is doing. All of that is irrelevant. I don't care. In fact, I look for saturated and competitive niches because they sell the most crap. And that's what I want to do, is sell a ton of stuff, okay? So those three things are what you're going to look for. What are the daily sales? What is the minimum maximum revenue? And what is the minimum maximum net profit? The reason why you're looking at the minimum maximum price is because if I know that I need to make $5, okay? This is very simple elementary math. If I know I need to make $5 and I'm at 30% profit margins, then what does my product need to be priced at? Around $15, $15 to $17. I can't find a product that costs $3 and make $5. That math does not math. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand how much you want to make per unit, how many units you have to sell to make that amount of money. For instance, if we're making $5 per unit and I want to make $2,500 per month as our goal, going back up here, how many units do I have to sell? 500 units per month at $5 net profit per unit is $2,500. 500, 1,000, 15, 20, 2,500. So do simple math to come up with different variations that can come up to your profit. So now, if I know 500 units at $5 profit can make me my target of $2,500 a month, well, if I double the profit, I divide the amount of units in half. So this is just a simple rule. So you can play with the units to profit ratio, because sometimes you'll find products that sell more but have less margin. So if you sell more products at less margin, you can meet that. Some products will sell less at higher margin and you can meet that. Simple math. When you understand that, you play with these three filters. You should have 3 to 5 filters set, and I'm gonna log in my computer really quick and show you this. You should have 3 to 5 filter sets. Here, right here, on the top right-hand corner, you can click on Save Filter. If you click on Save Filter, you can save these different categories or these different filter criterias for these different variations to meet your criteria. Then, and only then, should you go over here to multiple categories and choose the categories that you want. I have my favorite ones selected. You can go ahead and just use this if you want. You can deselect or select some if you want. These are some of the ones that we've had the greatest success with. That's the most important thing. Now, once you hit search, here you can see that we've populated 1,434 pages, and they're displaying 71,666 potential products that can make the amount of money that we said that we want to make. Now, this is real time. I can refresh this. This is a real page. This isn't screenshotted. It took me seconds to do this. The first product right here, the monthly revenue is $8,000 and some change. The monthly sales is $549. Jungle Scout says that the net is $9.20. Jungle Scout rocks, but do your own due diligence. I had a conversation with someone today, and I said, don't let softwares or artificial intelligence make you lazy. Let me show you how to do your due diligence. We're gonna use this birthday queen stash and tiara. We head over to Alibaba.com and I type in birthday stash and tiara. Here you can see that we can source this between 79 cents and $2.50 each. And if you go and you plug these numbers into the Amazon free FBA calculator at this price point, this exact same product, here you can see that the profit margins down below are at a little under 50%. 50% profit margins, net profit $7.47. Now, if we go back here and we see the monthly amount of sales is 549, and we take 549 and we multiply that by the profit, these are the monthly units sold by the profit, and I'm gonna round this to the nearest, $7.50. Here you can see that this product is generating over $4,000 net profit every single month. It's $50,000 per year. This is a teacher's salary doing nothing, little to nothing, right? And this is a fully manageable business that you can outsource to 1 to 2 employees, part-time. Okay, and we show you how to do all of this here on the channel. And if you're a part of the AMZ formula, you think this is official, this is just scratching the surface. But I want you to see, this is the first search result. So I can't find products, I keep looking for products. You are overcomplicating things, or you are undercomplicating things. It is that simple. If you have the competency, you understand what to look for, and you're on a relentless pursuit to accomplishing this business, it's easy. I've done it over and over and over again. We've helped countless amount of people do it. The problem is, it's up here. You get started with product research before you understand any of this stuff, before you understand what you're going back to number one and number two, what your budget is, number two, what is your risk tolerance. We found products that are making us $4,000. Well, Josh, this is amazing. I only wanted to make $2,500 a month. You found a product that's making way more than that in 30 seconds. This is awesome. Not yet. This is the millionaire math. Success is simple if you use math. Here you can see that the monthly sales are 549. We're gonna take 549, monthly amount of units sold, and the sourcing cost is 80 cents to 250. So let's go $1.50 because you're not gonna make a crazy purchase order your first order because you're gonna use the micro launch strategy, which we teach all of our clients, right? So let's say somewhere in the middle at around $1.50 each. If I multiply this by $1.50, here you can see that it's 823 cents for 1 month worth of inventory. Let's multiply this for 3 months worth of inventory because we know it takes a month to make, a month to ship, so we want around 3 months worth of inventory. We've done our due diligence, we feel good about it. It's $2,500 to launch this product. Now, this is just product cost. Now, let's say shipping is $1 per unit and we're ordering 550 times 3, so that's 1,000, 15, 1650, right? Now we're gonna take, and let's write this number down, 2,470. This is 3 months of inventory, okay? Now, shipping, let's just say $1 per product shipped, and we did 1650, right? Times 1650 equals 1650. Now let's add 1650 to 2470. Here you can see that this product costs $4,120 shipped to Amazon. Now, if you subtract 5,000 from this, you're gonna have roughly $880 left on advertising, which is really good. If you spend $50 a day, that's $1,500, so half of that would be $25 a day. You have a $25 a day budget to start your product. I recommend more than that when you're starting out, but this is doable. You're close enough to the point where you could get a small loan or line of credit for $3,000 to $5,000 for additional in advertising, or you could find the additional revenue to make more than what your goal is. So you see how we went through this process of elimination. First, we understood budget. Then we understood risk tolerance. We wrote this down, we came up with a plan of action, and then we came up with a timeline so we know about how long it can take or it should take so that we don't start to get anxiety and start to get cold feet about the business and start to doubt ourselves and then give up like everything else that we've tried that sparked from a YouTube video or a podcast or an ad that mysteriously didn't work, or the gold was mined and the well is dried, when it was all really us. And that's why I say the enemy is in the inner me, and if it's meant to be, it's up to me, because it is all here. Success starts with your mind before it can happen in your life. Once we understand these variables, we then go to Jungle Scout, going back to Jungle Scout, and we plug them in and we hit search. And here you can see there's 71,000 products, 1,400 pages. We go from page 1 to page 1,400, cross-referencing all of them. Gosh, that's a lot of work. So is working for the rest of your life. It's that simple. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, well, Josh, I was waiting for some next level product research hacks, and I was waiting for all these strategies. Success can be as simple as you make it. In order to find a successful product, you need to understand what a successful product for you looks like. And for those of you watching like, man, I wanted to get started, I love this business, I love you, but I only have $800. That's right now. That's your current season. It doesn't have to be the next season. What I tell people, so many people come up to me and say, Josh, I want to get started, but I don't have enough money. I believe in this, I believe in you. I want the results that you've gotten in your life, but I don't have enough money. And you know what what happens? They keep going back to scrolling and watching and listening until they get sucked into a get-rich-quick scheme, and then they lose what little bit of money they do have. All you have to do is protect what you have, go out and earn more money, out-earn the current problem so that you can out-earn your current situation. If you have to do Uber part-time If you have to go to the thrift store on the weekends when it's half off and sell on Poshmark or Etsy or Craigslist or Let's Go like I did, do it. If you have to shovel snow for $25 a driveway like I did, do it. If you have to cut grass for $30 a driveway like I did, do it. If you have to get a second job even though you don't want to and you're drinking coffee 24/7 and working on the weekends instead of playing with your kids and hanging out and watching sports, do it. Because if you do not sacrifice for your dreams have already been sacrificed. Everybody who's watching this video is making a sacrifice. You're gonna sacrifice for a better tomorrow, or you're gonna sacrifice today for no tomorrow. So comment the words down below in the chat and let me know what you're thinking about doing, what initiative that you're gonna take, what plan are you gonna take, what steps are you gonna take towards finding your first or next product. Let me know if this was helpful by smashing that like button. If you're new or returning to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Next to it, click the notification bell. Every single week we're dropping new videos. Every single Friday we have a new video for 7-Figure Product Series, an exclusive series here on YouTube alone where I'm showing you products that are generating a minimum of $1 million net profit per year. I'm showing you how to find them, how to source them, how to compete with the best and outlast the rest. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, you're only one product away.